If you are anti-AI and choosing to ignore it totally or pretend like it doesn't exist, I think you might be making a big mistake, and I want you to stay with me for a minute. Not because you should hand over your entire creativity or workflow to a machine, but because the moment you turn your back to AI, you lose that one advantage that actually matters, knowing where AI is weak. In June 2023, I put together a fashion collection which I showcased at the first AI Fashion Week in New York City. The goal was not to replace my entire creative process with AI. The goal was to do two things. I wanted to help people understand what was coming before it arrived. And two, I wanted to demonstrate how it's done. Because talking about AI is easy. Everyone is doing that right now. But using it in a creative pipeline where there are challenges and constraints was something no one else was doing. And this decision opened a lot of doors. I've spoken on panels. I've been in schools and colleges where I've actually talked about how to use AI. I've taught a lot of creative teams on how to use AI. I've used it in various creative brand partnerships to demonstrate what was possible. I've actually even taught internal teams on how to use AI. But this was something that didn't happen on stage. It was something that I had to do through practice. And while I was doing this, while I was working on these real life cases and challenges and brand partnership, there was a lot of things that actually became clear to me that AI cannot replace. And I wouldn't have been able to do this if I didn't really use AI, if I didn't test it and push it to its limit to actually understand what is it capable of doing. Because whether we like it or not, AI is something that is everywhere now. Everyone is using it. Everyone is testing it in so many ways. So if you're a kind of person who is still not using it, you're leaving a lot of things behind because you're not able to identify where AI actually excels and where it actually has its limits, because it does have its limits. But you will not be able to understand that if you sit back and don't understand how it works. The real education happened in those 3 years of actually using this tool and pushing it to its limit to identify areas where it actually excels and where it's weak. And in the process of doing this, I was able to identify what it could do and what it couldn't do. But here is what nobody's telling you if you're skeptical of AI, or even if you're hostile to the idea of using AI. You gotta keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And if you're anti-AI, this applies to you even more. AI is moving fast into every industry: fashion, design, coding, film, you name it. It's penetrating these industries at a very fast rate. And the instinct of a lot of creatives is to back away from this technology, and I totally understand this instinct. But backing away is actually the wrong move. The right move is actually to get closer, not to build with this tool if you don't want to, but to study it. For you to push it until it fails and actually see what areas it fails. Because those failure points, that is where you become irreplaceable. But you wouldn't know that if you keep backing away from this technology. You need to use it and push it to its limit to identify those areas so that you can capitalize on those areas and actually make yourself irreplaceable. And after 3 years of doing exactly that, here is something I know for certain. AI is extraordinary when it comes to pattern recognition, data processing, and rule-based execution. It is still nowhere close to emotional intelligence, nuanced judgment, physical dexterity, and moral accountability. I made a full breakdown of 5 skills that AI cannot replace in a separate video, and I'm gonna link that in the description, and I'm also gonna put it on the screen, so make sure you go check that after this video. And here is the part that matters. I wouldn't have been able to identify this from the sidelines. I only know where AI ceiling is because I hit it multiple times, repeatedly, on real life projects, under real deadlines. So let me be clear about what I'm actually saying. The goal was never to let AI replace my creativity or my entire workflow. The goal was to use it enough to understand it completely. So if you're anti-AI right now, I'm not telling you to convert. I'm telling you to use it even briefly. I'm saying it for one reason, so you can know exactly where and how to outperform it. And that knowledge right there is the entire advantage of AI. There's the second truth I've also learned, and this is the one people like the least. AI only amplifies what you bring to it. If you lack emotional intelligence, AI will amplify that loudly. And if your design instincts are weak, AI will amplify that as well. We've all scrolled past a lot of brain rot that is on our timeline on social media. This is not a flaw of the technology. This is the reflection of whoever is using these tools. That's a mirror. It's reflecting the judgment of whoever built these designs and brain rot content we see on social media. Which means the real work isn't about learning about this tool. It's about identifying which of our human skills needs to be sharpened. Because AI will find that, whether we're ready or not. The truth is AI isn't going anywhere. that ship has sailed. The real decision right now is how we engage with it. From a distance, guessing what it can do and what it cannot do, or up close, knowing where exactly you can win. I'm gonna keep breaking this down in my Substack newsletter, so if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna link the link below, so make sure you subscribe so you can get the tips on how you can explore this tool and take advantage of it, identify areas where it lacks and where you can take advantage of it. And lastly, don't forget to click the link on the next video so you can watch the top 5 skills that would sharpen the way you use AI, because like I said, AI is just a tool and it's just a reflection of our human skills. So the most important thing right now is to sharpen those skills before you use AI, or even if you don't want to use it, just to understand where AI cannot outperform you so you can take advantage of it. I'll see you in the next video.